Thanks so much for tuning into this earnings call with the management of KPIT. They clocked in a fairly healthy quarter, 4.9, nearly 5% constant currency growth. Organic, that is, was above most estimates. And on an overall basis, the revenue growth was well above estimates, margins in line with estimates. And of course, the deal wins were quite strong there. Let's get in Mr. Kishor Patil to talk about how he thought Q3 and the texture for the first 9 months has been. And how does all of this set them up for arguably 2023 as a year and not just quarter four? Mr. Patil, great having you. Congratulations on a good quarter. Thanks for talking to us today.
Good morning, and very happy to talk to you. I think let me just go back a little bit, and it may set it up a right context.
Sure.
So when we started this year, the economic environment continued to be uncertain. We were aware that our discussions with the clients were very positive, but we wanted to be a little cautious and give it some time. There was a very good pipeline. We just wanted to make sure some of it really realizes, and then we can take it from there. So we started with the outlook of around 18 to 21% kind of outlook at the start of the year. But during the year, actually, we saw very strong closures of client engagements every quarter. As you might have seen, every quarter we got some very good wins. Also, in that was a very notably Renault, which is, I would say, a very strategic and very important deal for us as well as for them. And this is again, if I would call it a very strategic as well as a mega deal. And that really furthered our confidence and gave us a better visibility. In addition to that, actually, we had a couple of acquisitions, one relatively small one, Summit, but very strategic for us. And the second one, which was Technica, right, which is of reasonable size, but really brings up very unique capabilities to us and makes our story really end-to-end. And that gives a very differentiated position, very unique position, and really helps us to make our clients successful in their SDV journey, as we call it. So that was very, very important, and that was again a very important step. Now, I can just say that after this, we were at CS, and of course, we met many clients, and the way we presented at the CS was the whole story. It was with all these acquisitions, Technica, KPIT, and it was just the one integrated stories that what we presented. It resonated very well with the clients, and we could see that we are on track to really help them for the real problems, and which are very critical problems. And that really gave us a confidence and to our clients as well as to us. So I think that has really helped us now. And as you know, from with all these things lining up, that allowed us to really give us a confidence where we increase our outlook for the year last quarter, and we are confident now that we'll beat that. So that is a story for this year. And what we feel is as we are getting into this next year, and of course we'll not talk about it because we'll talk about it after Q4.
Sure.
But but the only thing I can say that the strong pipeline, overall engagements which we have, the discussions we have, give us a very good confidence going into the new year on a robust growth. So that is where we are at this point of time.
Now, for some people, not being able to predict the future accurately is a headache because the growth doesn't come the way they want. In your case, the opposite turns out to be true. You up the guidance in 2 quarters, then you now on track to beat it as well. Is it that the nature of the beast is that companies are slowly and steadily recognizing that they need to do more of the kind of work that you are presenting them with? And could this be a long tail phenomenon, or is it difficult to predict that?
I can just say that, the first thing I would like to say is we have a very focused strategy. First is on the vertical All right. Then also within the vertical, the clients we will work with, I think it is a very, very focused strategy.
Sure.
And we know the sandbox, we know the overall spend they have, and where we are headed, and how is our positioning, and what is the market share we can take. It gives a very, very strong, if I can say, opportunity for us over multiple years. So that is the first part. Now, the second point is, as most of these clients are also going on this journey, which is the first time, which is very complex, and it is not clearly, as it is being done for the first time, and it is not clearly understood by everyone. There are things which come up, right? There are few new issues, new challenges, requirement for the new technology, new solutions comes up. And I think what has been good, because of our very, very sharp focus, and some of the steps we have taken last year, some acquisitions as well as our investments in the technology, that has allowed us to really move very quickly and help them in those cases. That has really helped the client to really believe in KPIT's proactive approach, also forward thinking, and of course the competence.
Got it. And I reckon you have the balance sheet strength to be able to continue doing that. String of pearl acquisitions, strategic moves in order to do what the client requires you to do, I reckon.
Yeah, I think we have most of the, if I have to say, all the big areas we have covered.
Got it. Okay.
But of course, we have a strong cash flow, strong balance sheet. So we are not looking at any inorganic, if I have to put it like for the sake of growth. But if something really helps us strategically move forward significantly, that's when we consider that. And
is there something like that still out there, Ms. Patil? I mean, I'm just
nothing,
trying to understand.
nothing right
Nothing on
now.
the anvil.
Nothing
Nothing
right
right now.
now. But
Got
as I said, things move very fast in the technology world. I mean,
Sure.
every couple of months we review the path, technology solutions, and also the very important part for us now is with this having a very, very strong capability, technology, and talent available. That is one very, very important part, and that is the only focus we have. And that is one area where, in case it is needed, something we may do, but there's nothing on the horizon, and nothing planned, because the KPIT, from the people perspective, we have we have enhanced our brand over the last few years. People know that there is a very good work for them to do. We increased our increments. We gave a lot of strong increments last year. So we really are we are, if I may say, we are a good we are paymaster from that perspective. Also, our stock option plans have worked very well. So with all that, I think our ability to hire has gone up, and also the fact is our attrition has gone down quarter on quarter. So that is giving us the more confidence on delivering. But I may say that is the only one thing which is on my mind: how we can do the execution flawlessly with a higher quality, how we can improve the benchmark of people we hire. Those are the things on mind.
Got it. What's the risk to this very surreal sounding story currently, Mr. Patil? On not maybe if not the near term, then what is it that you would watch out for, which might make you become a bit more cautious than the optimism that you're exuding right now?
I hope I'm not showing too much optimism. I'm just giving
No, you're not.
to the picture. But I again said the execution is the key, and the execution is not a normal projects. These are very complex projects. Most of these projects are being done first time, so we are very cautious about it. But the fact is here, we along with our client, there are a lot of uncertainties. There are a lot of unknowns. So to deliver in that, having the high quality of talent those are some of the challenges we do have, and that's why I said that is on my mind. That is for sure. The second part, if at all, I think this currency part is too much changes. Last year, if you look at it, what is it's too many changes in this. So it is not in our hand, and we fortunately have been in a position to deliver in spite of that. But uh, I think that is something which has really in some case, our performance could have been much stronger if we had the currency on our hand, on our side. So these are some of the things which are not in our hand. But rest, I think we feel very good about our medium-term outlook. And what we have to build is what we look up beyond 3 years, 5 years, which of course we are all continuously looking at.
Most certainly. Now, two things, because we have 5 more minutes with you. Two things, and I would want to focus a bit um, on your perspective around the Renault deal, and of course there is an upcoming one that you've mentioned in the call as well in the next few months, which is of a similar size. One on the Renault piece. Now it's a very different deal. It's a very good ecosystem that you and the other three players are a part of, so to say. Does this has it, from the time that it's been signed, thrown up opportunities wherein other clients are talking to you for something similar in nature? Is it happening, or is it too soon for something like that to happen?
I may say again. And I mentioned it yesterday also while speaking. Is see, our engagement with all our key clients is of the similar nature. The differentiating factor in Renault is they have taken a big step and one integrated step at one point of time. Many of our clients are, we are very strongly engaged. Most of the time, we are the only ones working with them. It is growing quarter on quarter. But here, they really took it in a very different way, in a very strong partnership way, so that the program is owned by 3-4 partners specifically. So it's a very different approach, very bold approach, I think, very innovative approach they have taken. And the other point I wanted to bring out is, as a KPIT, we are very we have been building our ecosystem very well. So we have been working with many of these, whether it is Qualcomm or Cloud AWS or many of these ecosystem players. And we are trying to see how, as a company, we can provide a holistic solution to the client. Not only what we provide as a service, what we provide as a components or accelerators, but overall, we along with the others can provide a very, very robust solution. We have been working on that. I think what this deal does is gives us more confidence and actually an ability to work much closer with our partners to deliver that. And I'm pretty sure you will see it. It won't happen in every case. That I can tell you, because the people have moved forward. But there will be certainly few companies who are going in that direction. I think it is very interesting. It is very exciting. At the same time, it puts all the onus on you to deliver the whole program.
Most certainly. I'm sure you're ready for that. So that's not a problem. I'm not getting into the question of, margins and what could happen, because attrition has come off a little bit. And maybe we'll talk about any potential quarterly disruptions at the end of the next quarter, I reckon. But my other question would be, Mr. Patil, and that's my last question on this conversation, is about the upcoming client wins. Because even if I strip off the Renault win, the TCV was very strong in Q3. So my question is, I heard you mention that things are looking okay, even for the going ahead. So we'll get into exact numbers at the end of Q4. I agree, but I just wonder that if you believe that the run rate could continue based on your gauging of the landscape, and this another large deal that is due to come in, you reckon that gets fructified in FY23, or does it get moved more to FY24?
No, certainly in FY23, and if not earlier, first half than the next half. FY23, not financially. I'm talking about the calendar year. So
okay. So you're talking about the next 9 months it will get done.
No, I'm saying in next quarter, ideally, most likely. But the point is, and sometimes it is not in your hand. These are the large ones, so we have to see. But at least, as I said, that's first 6 months of this calendar year. That's very likely. So I think that will again give us a confidence specifically. And another reason is you have to see that you will see that the clients are not really open to talk about any engagement along with us. I think many companies declare, but not it is not with the clients, and the clients don't come out and share that. This is basically because of the true partnership, and basically what KPIT is trying to build for this complex program. What we have been saying, it has to be a very trusted partnership, and that only will allow to make work together and successful. So that is the, if I look at that from that perspective.
No, but sorry. So my last question, sorry, and which is what I want to color on. Independent of a very large deal which will come in, you believe the TCV numbers and the inflows will continue to look solid?
There are many our other clients which will keep on growing, and we see a very good headline.
Great. Great. Congratulations on a very successful first 9 months, Mr. Patil, and wishing you a great calendar year 23 as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
And viewers, thanks for tuning in.